Welcome back to the news at 10. Last week, Nigeria emerged as a frontier market economy that is attracting the most attention from American and European multinationals. According to the Wall Street Journal, Frontiers Market Sentiment reports an increasing proportion of multinational companies has put the country on their watch list for potential future investment destination. However, the Wall Street Journal reports that Nigeria's security problems may provide an opportunity for corporations to buy into the country at a discount. In this special report, our business correspondent, Chimezie Obiwagu, takes a look at this report and what it means for Nigeria.
With a population of about 170 million, in which about 44% are below the age of 25 and highly literate, an economy where no sector is fully developed, Nigeria, no doubt, is an attraction for many foreign investors. For this reason, the recent report by the Wall Street Journal placing Nigeria as #1 frontier market economy on the watch list of multinational companies for potential future investment destination did not come as a surprise to many. However, the reality of exploiting these potential is a concern.
It's a good thing from the perspective of potential. But you know, the Nigerian story has always been potential and not reality. Potential GDP growth in Nigeria is 12%, while real GDP growth is 6%. So you are performing 50% below your potential.
The report, which sampled around 200 multinational companies in Europe and America, says the devaluation of the naira will not only encourage Nigerians to buy more locally produced goods, but also makes it cheaper for foreign firms to acquire Nigerian assets. And what will this mean for the country?
When you buy existing assets, one, you improve on the profitability of those assets if they are actually working assets. In some instances, they buy dead assets and reactivate those dead assets because they are coming with competencies. And even where they buy assets that are already producing, they improve on the productivity. They bring in improved level of technology, they bring in improved level of knowledge, and they help to infuse improved technology and improved knowledge on even the local operators or local investors.
There are 3 types of markets: advanced markets, emerging markets, and frontier markets. The frontier markets are the threshold of becoming emerging markets. And that raises the question as to why Nigeria still remains as a frontier market despite its potential.
When we invest in power and upgrade from 4,500 or 4,800 megawatts to 100,000 megawatts, we don't need this. They will be stampeding Nigeria. If we have power, then the cost of doing business in Nigeria will be drastically reduced. If we have road, it means that goods and services can be moved quickly and cheaply. 3, if cost of money is lower in Nigeria, then more Nigerians and foreigners will participate in the economy.
In all of these, it is the role of government to make the investment climate conducive for businesses to thrive. But how is government responding to some of these international reports on Nigeria to ensure the country realizes its potential and leave the category of frontier markets?
The good news is that we're already realizing the potential. That's why today I can tell you that I have pipeline investments of about at least $100 billion coming to the economy in the next 5 to 8 years. As long as our policies remain the same and we send the same clear message to international investors that their assets are safe in this country.
Launched in June 2014, the Frontier Market Sentiment Index, created exclusively for Wall Street Journal Frontiers by Washington-based consultancy Frontier Strategy Group, has been described as a credible index by experts. According to them, how the government responds to some of these observations will make a difference in Nigeria's economy. Chimezie Obiwagu, Channels Television News.
The Nigeria Customs Service says it realized 977 billion naira revenue for the year 2014. The Comptroller General of the Customs Service, Mr. Abdullahi Diko, attributed the feat to the stringent measures put in place to closely monitor revenue performance and leakages. Mr. Diko said the figure shows an increase of 10% compared to what was received in 2013.
First Bank. Welcome to Business News. Plans are in top gear to launch an online registration and e-payment platform to make business registration in the country a lot easier. This is coming from the Minister of Trade and Investment, Mr. Olusegun Aganga. Mr. Ganga, who spoke during an interview in our program Business Morning, said the registration platform will favor businessmen and women resident in the country, as well as those who want to register from other parts of the world.
About business registration today, you do have the ability to register your business within 24 hours here in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and I think Kano. But next week, I hope sometime next week, I'll be launching the first online business registration and e-payment in the country, which will make it a lot easier for people to register the business anywhere in the world. There's only one small bottleneck I need to get out of this, which is the stamp duty payment, so that you just pay in one location. But that will be launched next week. We've been working on it, and the World Bank is actually working with us on that. In terms of cost of registering business, October last year, the President approved a proposal from the Ministry to reduce the cost of registration. So that has come down. In terms of power generation, of course, we've privatized power generation, power distribution, and because of that, we have more than $60 billion coming to the economy. In fact, that's one of the investment opportunities for investors coming to the country.
Minister of Trade and Investment, Olusegun Aganga. Well, Nigeria's currency closed at a record low on the interbank forex market today, following a strong demand for the dollar. The local unit closed at 191 naira 10 kobo against the US dollar, compared with Friday's record low of 190 naira 60 kobo. It had initially gained 1.66% to 186 naira 80 kobo after the central bank and two oil companies sold dollars to lift the naira before it then slipped into negative territory. Key indicators at the equities market slipped into the red zone on profit taken on Monday, while the all-share index shed 0.11% at the end of the session. Bolaji Akinwale has details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Trading activities at the Nigerian equities markets began the week on a slow note as investors booked profit off some market heavyweights, pushing key indicators 0.11% south. The all-share index ended Monday's session at 29,779.17, with a market capitalization of 9.91 trillion naira. 17 stocks received the cold shoulder from investors, and top on that list was Dangote Cement, shedding 1 naira. Ashaka Cement and USCN also posted losses less than 1 naira each. On the other hand, investors favored the shares of Forte Oil, Presco and Okomo Oil as they emerged the day's top 3 gainers. Guaranty Trust Bank, Access Bank and Custodian and Allied Insurance were major contributors to market turnover. When the closing bell rang, investors had exchanged 263.85 million shares, valued at 3.87 billion naira, and exchanged in 3,568 deals. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I am Bolaji Akinwale.
A senior European Union finance chief has warned that Greece's new government may find it difficult to get a debt write-off unless it sticks to the rules. Head of the Eurozone Finance Ministers Group, Jeroen Dijsselbloem, told a Eurogroup meeting on Monday that I find it a little support among Eurozone policymakers for a write-off in Europe. His comments followed the Syriza's party's election win, which initially sparked big falls on financial markets. The euro earlier fell to an 11-year low against the dollar, while the Athens stock market fell more than 5%. The price of U.S. crude fell close to a 6-year low today after Greece's election results heightened uncertainty in the Eurozone. Well, Brent crude fell 37 cents to $48.42 per barrel, reversing light gains made on Friday after the death of the Saudi king Abdullah. West Texas Intermediate crude was trading down 46 cents at $45.13 a barrel. Well, that's it on the business news on the news at 10. Amarachi returns in just a moment.
First Bank.
Still ahead on the news at 10, former champion Venus Williams reaches Australian Open quarter-final for the first time since 2010. We'll have details in sports news. Please stay with us.